Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to talk about the relative pronouns, and then to be more specific, we're gonna talk about the defining relative clause. But prior to everything, I'll just quickly go through some introduction and explain to you what are we gonna learn. But for my session, and then you will learn from the word who. Okay, so. Quick question. So lately, we've been watching the news. We've been keep see this word who. When you talk about who, what is the first thing that you think of? Lately, maybe this guy, and then or the World Health Organization, which is abbreviated also as WHO. Maybe that's some of the things that you learn. No, not today. So. Today we are actually going to learn about the English word the who. And okay. And then we also going to talk about the relative clause. So okay. Here. We modify nouns to give more information about them. 我哋會去修飾一個嘅名詞啦，去令到佢有更多嘅資訊嘅。咁呢個就會叫做 relative clause. Okay. Okay. This one. Okay. I like my friend. Oh, I have a typo here. I like my friends. My friends know me well. See here, there are two sentences, and then the object here, my friends, and the subject for the first sentence, and subject for the second sentence. They are identical. They are both my friends. So I like my friends who knows me well. So you can just combine these two sentences together, because this part is just adding more information to the first part. 呢度中文講一次，你見到呢句第一句佢裡面嘅 object 啦，同埋第二句嗰個嘅 subject 啦係一樣嘅，即係話呢個一樣嘅時候。咁你就可以去組成一個 relative clause 嘅句子，去用第二句嘅資訊去修飾翻前面呢句啦。So you can just form a relative clause sentence just like this one. I like my friends who knows me well. This is not a typo, no comma here. Sorry, my fault. Okay. Alright. Proceed. So we're talking about who. Whenever we talk about who, so what kind of thing are we looking for? What kind of information? Maybe, is it a person? Or is it some a thing, some item? Or some possession? This is okay. But whenever we talk about who, just when I ask you a simple question, say that who do you play for? Or who, that means that oh, I play for the Los Angeles Lakers. That means that who we're talking about is about a person. So, and then whenever we use this relative clause, it's always about person. So, okay, what about just quick something that we're gonna learn today. So rather than just who, and these are some of the one that we'll learn, and we'll talk about it later. This one about some item thing. We can both can use a thing or person here, and this one without possession. We'll learn about it just in just a moment. But for the moment, we will only learn about this one, who. Okay. Okay. Whenever we use who, it's always about people. All right, people. Just remember. Okay. So here, this is an example sentence, and this is Sally here, and this is a studio. And if someone just read it together with me, this studio belongs to Sally, who is a fashion designer. You just remove the comma here. Okay, so this one, we have two information here. When we break it down into two sentences, just the previous one, they said we just combine two sentences together, right? That means that this studio belongs to Sally, and then you can, and the second sentence would be Sally, or just you can just simplify she is a fashion designer. And then because the first sentence, the object and the second sentence, the subject are identical, which is Sally. That's why you can just like combine two sentences together in forming a relative cross sentence, right? Just like this one. And this studio belongs to Sally, and okay, and then like because it's part like a Sally or like it's a fashion designer. This is like an additional information, like to describe Sally. Say that like why do we need that? Say this studio belongs to Sally. Okay, there's a lot of Sally. Maybe like you know some Sally from your you know a Sally, she's a hairdresser, or like you know a Sally, she's a teacher. So you need an extra information to describe this Sally. To say that like okay, oh, the fashion designer Sally. Okay, I got that. Okay，我用中文講一次呢部分。呢個 this studio 呢個嘅工作間啦，就係屬於阿 Sally 嘅。咁佢就係一個 fashion 嘅一個時裝設計師。點解需要呢啲句子呢？因為應該講由一開始我哋講過呢啲可以分開成兩個句子去睇，一個咧 this studio belongs to Sally 一句，然後第二句 Sally 或者係用 she 直接其實 fashion design 兩句，因為第一句嘅 object 同埋第二句嘅 subject 係一模一樣，所以可以將佢合埋一齊變成一個 relative cross sentence。而點解要重要呢？唔係淨話要將兩個合埋一齊，就係因為呢個係一個補充翻呢個 Sally 嘅資訊。例如你可能會知道一個認識一個 Sally， 可能係一個理髮師，可能係一個老師。但係咧呢個講緊話啲 studio belong to Sally，she's a fashion designer。咁你就可以講清楚，哦係 Sally。fashion design 嗰個 Sally， 咁呢個 studio 係屬於呢位時裝設計師嘅 Sally 啦。好，有冇問題？Okay, we just like quickly talk about that, and then like basically this one, like I'm not really like going through about it. Like this one you can use it for like people or things, but like try to use it in your writing only, because basically you can only use this in your writing, and that means that like oh you are really confused when you really confused about which relative pronoun should you use, then we just use that. But like in most of the cases, like say that like in your UT and your grammar exam, and then like there wouldn't be a chance for you to use that. Okay, but I'll just quickly explain that. Okay， 我用中文解釋呢度。好，呢個 that 咧就基本上咧係 people 同埋 things 兩個都可以互用嘅，但係淨係留翻喺你作文先用啦。仲要個前提係你係完全唔知道邊一個 relative pronoun 用嘅時候，你先用一個 that 咧先係一個合理嘅解釋。因為如果唔係喺平時喺你嘅 UT 啦，你基本上係冇機會用到嘅。係啦，佢只會問你 who 啦，問人嘅時候，咁其餘嗰兩個就陣間再講啦。係，咁呢度咧。Okay, we just like look at it like quickly like sample sentence here, but like they basically use that like to substitute like a things, but like I'm not really gonna explain it, but maybe some other time. So, all right, but yet they are just identical like with who, but except like they have like multiple meanings. So, okay, quickly, we are going to like a review like something that we learned today. So relative clause. So we give you like something like defining, like a relative clause. That means that like there's something called non-defining relative clause, but like we're not going to learn about it this week. But I just want you to know like there's another one. Like when we learn more about it like next week, I will tell you more about the difference, how to like suppose to form the sentences, and on and on. Alright. So. Okay, here's like a definition like about like defining relative clause, and basically just identify nouns. Make sure you remember it's always about nouns, 名詞. And in the case like when we talk about who, that means that like 只會係一個有關人嘅名詞，例如可能係個名或者係佢嘅職業之類嘅，係啦。Okay, and then like the second like an important part. That means that like cannot remove from sentence. That means that like that information is really critical and then you should stick it like at the end of the sentence, and that like something that you should not like take it out. That means that like when we talk about like the non-defining next week, and maybe we talk about like something that can be removed. Okay, but prior to that, like just remember that one. Who, talk about people, and cannot be removed from sentence. Okay, this is like a non-defining clause look like, but I'm just gonna skip it quickly. Okay. So, and then like what are relative clauses? And then like relative clauses, they're just like the relative like you have like a defining. We're not talking about non-defining, and that means that like and then we have the relative pronouns, and then like introduce relative clauses, and we just the one like who is just an example, and then like we're gonna talk more about it like in just a moment, and then I'll teach you how to use like the relative pronoun, the who. Okay, we talk about like who, we talk about people, right? And like that like just include like people and things, and then like now just focus on this part. Okay, so defining relative clause is to say exact which person or thing we are talking about. When we talk about thing, I included here because I guess that, okay. Or you just like give some like essential information. Anyone know like this word mean essential? It's another word for important. It means that like something really, really, really important you have to include. Just like the last one, we talk about the studio. Say that like, oh, the studio belongs to Sally. We have to tell our audience, like the recipient, know like which Sally are we talking about? Oh, are we just talking about Sally the hairdresser or like Sally the fashion designer? Okay， 呢個係一個解釋一個重要嘅資訊啦，同埋要講係一個好 exact 指定一樣嘢嘅人啦。我哋提及到嘅。我哋講有個 thing 喺度咧，因為有個 that 喺度嘅存在咧，但係其實我哋講緊 who 嘅時候咧，記得淨係講緊 person，that person thing 兩樣都得。Okay, okay, this is example. Okay, let's repeat together with me. So this is the girlfriend who I like the most. Okay. Let's take a picture of a girlfriend who I like the most, and now I explain to you why like we cannot remove like the second part like from the sentence. Because the second part say that like who I love the most is a essential information, very important. And then like so if just say that like if I remove the part that say like who I like the most, and then I cross that part out, and you have the picture of that girlfriend, and it just means that like this is the girlfriend. But like the thing is, oh, you wouldn't know like which girlfriend I'm talking about. Maybe I have multiple girlfriends, just saying. And then like you don't know like which one I'm talking about, like the one that like my favorite I like the most, or the one that like my least favorite like I don't really like. So and then like if I like show you a picture, oh, this is the girlfriend I like the most, who I like the most. That means that like okay, this is the one, the only one that like I really like. So alright, so and then like that just like remove the confusion. Okay， 我呢度用中文解釋一次下。點解話唔可以移除咗後面呢句 Who I like the most 呢個 defining clause 咧？因為佢一個好重要嘅 information 資訊啦，而且你望翻頭先張相嚟，哦，呢個係一個嘅女朋友啦，我最中意嘅。但係我可能有好多個女朋友，咁我話俾你知，哦，呢個係我最中意嗰個，所以一定要加翻呢個 Who I like the most 呢 part 喺落去。如果唔係，淨係得上面呢句。Good, this is the girlfriend。咁佢講緊哦邊個 girlfriend 啊？有好多個個噃咁樣，咁點算咧？咁樣，所以呢個一定要加翻呢個 defining clause 上去。Who I like the most 呢個就係一個好重要嘅資訊啦。好。Okay. And then like here I show you another quickly show you another example. So this Sally, okay, and then like Sally is a young girl who or that loves taking selfie. Just as I mentioned before, who and that they are interchangeable. Like that can be referred to like a person or a thing. But here we know like this is Sally. We're talking about who, okay? So But remember, only remember, you use it like in your writing only. Try not to like use that like in your grammar exam because no mark will be awarded. Okay, Sally is a young girl who loves taking selfies. So like Sally is a young girl here, and then she loves taking selfies. And then we can and we can leave out the relative pronouns and like a who, which, or that in defining clause whenever we talk about the subject and then like a object of the relative clause, and then that means that like Tom is a friend who I like chatting with. That means that like we can just like remove that and it still makes sense. That is like some of the quick like checking note, like say that like, oh, we know this is like right, we use it correctly. And then like but on the other hand, like we cannot leave out like the relative pronoun in defining relative clause when we refer to a subject of a relative clause. So like here, like, do you know the woman is waving at us? Because this part is the second part of the information describing the woman, like right here. That means that like you cannot like take out the word like who here. This is important like information, and then like this is describing this one, and then like that's why we cannot like remove the word like who. All right, so. And then like we talk about like relative clause, just make sure you will remember, and then like the exact like things, and then like a person like we're talking about, begin with like a relative pronoun, and then like we talk about who here. So make sure you remember when we talk about who, it's always about like a person. Additional but important information about a person. All right, thank you very much, and see you next.
Hello everybody. In this session, you are going to learn about defining relative clause with relative pronoun which. You are going to learn about the relative pronoun, why we use defining relative clause and the structure of our relative clause. And then at the end, you can try to make our relative clause with relative pronoun which. Okay. We use defining relative clause to give you an important information to make it clear that which person or thing we are talking about. For example, this one. Okay, the book belongs to Lily. Hey, do you know which book I'm talking about? No, you can't. Why? Because the sentence is not clear. There are 6 books. Which one am I talking about? So in this case, we should give the audience one more important information. Then it can help you to understand which book I'm talking about. In this case, we use defining relative clause. For example, okay, how do you know which one? A, I give you one more information. The book is called K-Food. So, here, okay, this is the defining this is the defining relative clause. After adding the defining relative clause, now do you know which book I am talking about? Look here, which one? Must be this one, K-Food. Okay? So, With the help of the defining relative clause, it tells us which book belongs to Lily. Okay, one more example. Okay, for example, I like the t-shirt. Wow. Do you know which t-shirt am I talking about? No, you can't. Same case, there are 4 t-shirts. Which one am I talking about? The sentence is not clear. So in this case, we can use defining relative clause to give you the important information. Okay, one more. The t-shirt is black in color. So now you know which one is it, right? Which one? Obviously, clearly, it is C. Unlike the t-shirt, which is black in color. Now you can tell which one it is. Then let's look at the structure of a defining relative clause. Okay, this one. Our defining relative clause consists of 2 parts. The relative, this one, which, the relative pronoun. And this part, this is the verb phrase. This is the verb phrase. We use the defining relative clause after the noun. You want to tell the others which one it is. Okay, so remember, we always put the defining relative clause after the noun. T-shirt. Okay, and then remember, there should be a relative pronoun, which or who. Here, t-shirt, thing, not a person. So we use which, and then the verb phrase. We use relative pronoun which for things or animals, like these. Okay, mobile phones, t-shirt, movies, dogs, birthday party, concert, things like that. Okay, quiz. Look here. Which relative pronoun should we use here? Look, have you seen the boots I bought yesterday? Boots. Who or which? Right? Not a person. So this one must be which. Have you seen the boots which I bought yesterday? 有冇見過琴日買嗰隻靴? Okay. And then the next one, I like the dress. Well, the dress is on the table. So the dress. Which one should we use? Think. Okay. Which? The dress. Think. And then how about this one? The cat. Right? The cat, it is sleeping. The cat, so the cat, we use which again. Okay, because relative pronoun which is for things or animals. And also, which can be used as a subject pronoun and as an object pronoun. Like this one, it is a book which will interest you, or the car which he bought was expensive. Okay? Which, but remember everybody, which is often replaced by that, especially in spoken English. So you usually hear that instead of which. For defining relative clause, we can use both which or that to be the relative pronoun. Both are okay. So this one, you can change which into that. This is also correct. Just like this one. Okay, it's a film which, okay, which scared us. Okay, this one. It is a film which scared us. Or you can say it is a film that scared us. And this one. Okay, this one, look at the dress. The dress which she was wearing was beautiful. You can also say the dress that she was wearing was beautiful. Okay, so which dress is beautiful? The dress she was wearing the dress. The dress was beautiful. Okay, we can link up the two simple sentences and make a complex sentences with the relative pronoun which or that. And then we know which dress we are talking about. Okay. Usually we can use which or that as the relative pronoun when we talk about things or animals, but in some cases we cannot use that instead of which, when, in these cases. Okay, in this case. Okay, this one. That is the flat in which my parents live. This is a formal saying. Okay, this is a formal saying. We form this one from two sentences. Okay, that is the fact. My parents live in the fact, right? So when we use a defining relative clause to make one complex sentence, then that is the fact, and then we put the relative clause here. Oh. Okay, we put the relative clause here. My parents live in that. Okay, live in the fact. So this one, that is the fact, and then we add relative pronoun which, and then put the verb phrase. Okay, the verb phrase after it. Do you remember? Relative. Okay, start with a noun, relative pronoun, and then the verb phrase. My parents live in. Okay, my parents live in the fact. Remember, which refers to the fact, right? We don't live. Okay, we don't have to write it two times. Once is okay. 寫一次得㗎啦。The fact, my parents live. Okay, my parents live in the fact. Live in the fact. 我父母住喺嗰個單位。Which 咧 refers to the fact. Which 咧已經係講緊嗰個單位，所以咧同一個 clause 裏邊呢個 which 係講緊嗰個單位，所以咧其實後邊同一樣嘢咧，我哋係唔需要再寫嘅。So this one, that is the fact which my parents live in. This is an informal way to write. Okay, to write this one. But informal way 通常咧，如果係公函或者好正式嘅文件咧，我哋咧就唔會將個 prepositions in at 呢啲字擺喺尾嘅，佢會用 in which 呢個係一個好正式嘅寫法。但係如果日常嘅英文或者平時嘅英文咧，其實好似普通咁。Okay, we can put the prepositions at the end, and then okay. 但係個問題係乜嘢咧？逢係如果係 in which, we cannot change it to in that。嗱，呢個 case 係一定唔可以用 that 嘅。如果呢個 which 前面係有 prepositions at, in, on, something like that。Okay, with 咁就唔轉得㗎啦。Okay, you cannot use that in this case。Okay. Also, the relative pronoun can be omitted when it is the subject of the relative clause。有時個 relative pronoun which 同埋 that 係可以唔寫㗎。When 幾時可以唔寫呢？當呢一句呢個 clause 係裏邊嗰個你想講邊一件三文治，呢一樣嘢喺你嗰個子句嗰度係 object 嘅時候。For example, this one, he is eating the sandwich。佢食緊三文治。which sandwich？ 邊份三文治啊？邊份呢？我哋俾多一個資料人哋。You made the sandwich。你整嗰一份。You made the sandwich。So this one will put this relative clause after the noun. Do you remember? Defining relative clause 一定係死黐住你講緊嗰個主角嘅。OK， 痴心情長劫一定死跟住佢，所以咧佢一定會跟咗喺度。所以 relative clause 我哋會有個 relative pronoun which or that， 跟住將呢句黐上去 the verb phrase which you made， the sandwich 仲使唔使寫啊？唔使寫。點解？因為 which 已經 OK，which refers to the sandwich。which 呢個字咧其實即係講緊 set the sandwich 嗰個三文治，所以唔使同一句裏邊係寫兩次嘅。So this one which you made，OK， 呢句係 OK 嘅 ，this is correct。But usually in everyday life, in this case， 如果你講緊呢個 sandwich 喺呢個 relative clause 裏邊係 object，you made the sandwich，OK，SVO subject verb object。OK， 動詞後邊 object。如果呢一樣嘢 sandwich 喺個子句嗰度係 object 嘅話咧，賓詞嘅話咧，咁樣嘅話 which 同埋 that relative pronoun no need to use， 係唔需要寫出嚟，係省略咗佢，隱藏咗佢就得㗎啦。So we can say he is eating the sandwich you made. Okay, the same case. Okay, this is the T-shirt, right? Which T-shirt? I like. Okay, I like the T-shirt. So this one, this is the T-shirt which I like. Right? I like the T-shirt. So 咦 T-shirt 喺呢度後邊嗰個其實原來係 object 嚟嘅喎。Then in this case, no need to use which or that. You just have to say, this is the T-shirt I like. Okay, we use it in everyday life very often. Okay, now can you try to make sentences with defining relative clause? If you can, then it means you really understand how to use relative clause, defining relative clause in your daily life. For example, this one, everybody. I want to buy the dress. 我想買嗰條裙。which one? I don't know. So you have to put down one more information. 所以你一定要寫多一個資料，係令人知道你講緊邊一條㗎。所以我講乜嘢咧 ？The dress is on the sale. 架上面嗰條，我想買邊條啊？The dress is on the sale. 架上面嗰條。So this one, what can we do? The first one, after the noun, okay, we'll put the defining relative clause, right? Okay, so this one, I want to buy the dress. Okay, after the noun, we put the relative pronoun here, which, and then we add the, okay, defining relative clause, which, okay, the dress is on the sale. Which refers to the dress, refers to which, right? The dress 係 the dress 即是 which， 佢係代表咗 the dress， 因為係一樣，所以當你加落去嘅時候咧，因為一樣唔使再寫 the dress 啦。So we add the next one. Okay, the next part. I want to buy the dress which is on the sale. Okay. So that's it. I want to buy the dress which is on the sale. 我想買架上邊嗰一條裙。Okay? And then one more example. Do you know how to do this one? The tie is on sale. The tie is on sale. Which tie is on sale? 邊條呔大減價？Which one? I saw the tie yesterday. 我琴日見到嗰條。So in this case, which one is the noun? 邊個係你個目標啊？ The tie. So it means we have to add the relative clause here after the noun. So this one, the tie, and then the tie. Relative defining relative pronoun or the relative pronoun is which, and then this one, which, and then I saw. Okay, which I saw. I saw the tie yesterday. The tie. This is the same. 係講緊同一樣嘢。No need to write it twice. 唔使寫兩次，因為會重複㗎。Okay, so this one 唔使寫啦。我哋用咗嗰個 relative pronoun 變咗個代名詞，代咗 the tie. No need to write the tie again. So in this case, the tie which I saw yesterday is on sale. Okay, one more example. No. Okay, the last one. Okay, this is the end of the session. I hope you know how to use relative pronoun which in the clause. Okay, thank you.
So, Mr. Wong and Michelle has told us before about how to use the relative clause about who or which, okay? So, I'm going to teach about something else. For example, the where, when, and whose, okay? So, why we use relative pronouns is we use to for talking about different things. For example, we use where to talk about places, when we talk about the time, and whose we talk about peoples and things belonging to someone or something else, okay? So as who, we use it to talking about the people, for which we are talking about the things or the animals, okay? Okay, so for where is for the place, okay? So for example, in this sentence, there is the restaurant where I ate last night. Okay, so if I don't show you this part, okay, so I'm only showing there is the restaurant. So do you know which restaurant I'm talking about? So definitely not, you don't know which restaurant I'm talking about, okay? So maybe the one next to your house or next to my house, okay? So you can see I'm talking about this restaurant, which is the picture show, okay? So for I ate last night is the complete sentence should be I ate at the restaurant last night. Okay, so these two are talking about the same restaurant, okay? So we can combine or giving more information to talk about describing which restaurant I'm talking about in this sentence, okay? So for example, I'll give you another example, okay? I live in a city. So just saying about this, talking about this sentence, so do you know which city I'm talking about? No, okay? So I study in the city. The same. Do you know which city I study in? No, okay? Maybe China, Guangzhou, Shenzhen, etc. or Hong Kong, London. So many cities in the world, okay? So which city I'm talking about, you don't know, okay? So for combine these two sentences, we can make a sentence like using the relative pronoun where, and then we make I live in the city. So which city I'm talking about? Where I study, okay? So I'm describing which city I live in. Okay, it's the place I study in. So it is giving you more information to talking about where I'm talking about. Okay, for example, Hong Kong. So Hong Kong, maybe I live in Hong Kong, and then I study in Hong Kong. So you can replace into the sentence. Okay. So usually for using the different defining clause using the relative pronoun, you can see where, whose, or which inside the sentence. Okay. For example, this sentence you see where. So we are talking about the place, the city. Okay. So the city where you live is beautiful. So can you separate these sentences into two different sentences? The first one may be easy for you to see. You can show the two different colors. One is in purple, one is in green. Okay, so you can chop these two elements out, and then you can write. The sentence A should be the city is beautiful. Okay, it is a complete sentence. Okay, 呢個城市好美麗嘅。You can understand through this sentence. Okay, so do you know in case do you know which city I'm talking about? I probably know. Okay, so if I don't show you the picture, so do you know which city? No. Okay, so the next sentence should be what? You can see you live. So I'm talking about the city you live in. Okay, so the sentence B should be you live in the city. Okay, so using the defining clause, you can combine two sentences into one, or you can, if you understand thoroughly or what do you mean by defining clause, you can separate the sentence into two. Okay, so you can combine and separate if you are totally understand the defining clause. Okay, so let's try together for this sentence. Okay, so A, the court is near our school. 個球場係好近我哋學校嘅。Okay, so the court is near our school. So you can see two different courts. Okay, so later you may combine the two sentences into one. Okay, we use the court for practicing football. So I give you 5 seconds. You can type your answer right here. Okay, how can we combine these two sentences into one using the relative pronoun where? Okay, where? So the answer should be the court where we use for practicing football is near our school. OK， 即係其實呢一個句子入邊，我哋都係講緊 the court 同一個地方。So we can combine these two sentences into one。我哋講一個球場係咩咧 ？Where 邊度 ？We used it for practicing football， 即係個球場我哋用嚟練習足球係好近我哋學校嘅。咁呢個就係將一個同一個句子入邊，佢講同一個地方嘅時候，你可以將佢連埋一齊，咁就寫一個濃縮啲嘅句子，就用緊呢個 defining clause 去解釋翻個球場，我哋講緊係個邊個球場 OK， 咁所以如果我哋講緊 places 嘅話，我哋就會用 where to combine two sentences or give more information or detail to talking about the places which you are talking about. Okay. So besides places, we can use when to describe or talking about the time. Okay. 時間 So for example, the year was memorable. Memorable means 好有紀念性嘅，好有意義嘅。Okay. And then you can see the next sentence is you were born in that year. Okay. 你喺嗰個年份出世。So how do you know which year I'm talking about? No, okay, maybe 2000 or maybe 1995, okay? So you don't know. So we can combine this into one. Why? The years when you were born was memorable. 即係如果就係講 the year was memorable， 你知唔知講緊邊個年份？你唔知，所以如果我哋當佢再解釋清楚啲嘅時候，就話你出世嗰個年份，所以就會覺得係好 memorable， 好有紀念價值嘅，得唔得 ？So you can see two different colors. Also, purple is talking about the time, the one we using the relative pronoun when to connect. Okay, So you were born. It's talking about describing the year you were born in, okay? Okay, so I give you one more example, okay? The summer was hot, long and hot, okay? Just like today, it's very hot, okay? So I graduate from university in the summer. Graduate means 畢業. So from the university, 即係我大學畢業。喺邊度啊? When? In the summer, okay? So do you know which summer I graduate? No? Maybe 2015, 2014? Oh, you don't know, okay? So I give you more detail from the sentence A. You can say which summer is, oh, the summer was long and hot. Okay, you can know more about which summer I graduate from, okay? So the answer should be the summer when I graduate from university was long and hot, okay? So we have, if you use defined clause to combine or give more example to saying the pronoun or things or people we want to describe, you use when to talk about, give more example and combine two sentences into one, okay? So do you understand up until here? Okay. So let's try together. So fill in the blanks this time. Okay, so this is the time of year. Many people suffer from coronavirus 19. Okay, so do you know this one? I think that all of you should be familiar with this code, okay? 新冠病毒. So many people suffer from coronavirus 19, okay? So if I just show you many people, the back part of the sentence, so do you know which year I'm talking about or what time I'm talking about? So no, okay? So if we combine this, okay? This year is a time when many people suffer from the virus, okay? So I'm talking about which year? So you know more about, so many people suffering from the virus. Oh, so you're talking about the time now, okay? 2020 maybe, or 19, okay? So let's see, it's referring to the time of the year, okay? So the next one, I will never forget the day. So do you know which day I'm talking about? No. Okay, so it's the day I first meet him. Okay. So so this one is describing the day why I will never forget, okay, or when I will never forget. So it's combined, so you should write down when into these sentences. So I will never forget the day when, it's talking about the dates, okay? The dates I first meet him, okay? So I will pass it to Ms. Chair to talk about whose, okay?
So let's look at the last one, okay? Whose. So do you know the meaning of whose? Whose pen is this? Okay, 誰的, okay, whose. So now let's look at how to use this relative pronoun in your writing or in your sentence making, okay? Firstly, whose should be the subject of the relative clause. This one I will explain later, okay? It's very complicated, okay? And then let's look at the second one and the third one. Cannot be left out. You cannot delete this word in your relative clause. As Ms. Chow mentioned before, sometimes we can delete which, that, or who, right? But for whose, we cannot delete this word. And then whose usually talks about maybe people and also sometimes things. So let's look at one example here. The dog is over there, sentence 1. Sentence 2, the dog's owner lives next door. So let's look at these two sentences. There are a common part. There is a common part, which is the dog and the dogs. So with apostrophe s, 狗的, 隻狗的. So in Chinese, we can write down we can write down 乜乜乜的. Okay, so if we want to combine these two sentences into one sentence, I've already showed the answer here actually. So we can use the common part. We change the common part, the dogs, into whose. Can we use who? No. Okay, can we use which? No, because with the apostrophe s, we can only use whose. And then this part became the relative clause. And then we can put the relative clause into our main sentence. But remember, the relative clause must follow your subject, the item you want to talk about, which is the dog, right? So we put this sentence here, and then combine the sentence into the dog whose owner lives next door is over there. So we combine the two sentences into one relative sentence. Okay, so let's try two more. So let's look at these two. The little girl is sad. Her doll was lost. So in this sentence, the common item is the little girl. And her here means the little girl apostrophe s, the little girls, right? So we have to change, if we want to put this sentence into the main sentence, main clause, we change her into what? We change her into who or that or which or whose. Okay, we'll change it into whose. Okay, and then this one has already become the relative clause. And again, the relative clause should follow the item we talk about. Okay, so the new sentence should be the little girl whose doll was lost is sad. Okay, one more. The house belongs to me. Its roof is very old. Roof, 屋頂啊. So its roof, whose roof? The house roof. Okay, so we change its into whose. And the relative clause should follow the common word. So the new sentence is the house whose roof is old belongs to me. Okay, so we have go through very quickly all the relative clauses very quickly. I know a lot of you are very confused right now. So maybe later this week or next week I will spend some time with you to talk about the relative clause again. Okay, this is a very important grammatical item in your secondary English learning. Okay, so I hope most of you can master, can know how to write sentences using relative clauses. Because in your senior forms, you need to write a very, very long passage, a very, very long essay for your DSE exam. So relative clauses really helps you. Okay, so this is for today, I think, and I will find a time to go live with you this week maybe. Okay, bye bye.